Thank you. We are here because we have determined that the analog switch off or the end of dual elimination is the 31st of March 2022. It means that we are going to be switching off in the country from analog television viewing to digital television viewing. As government, we have committed that beneficiaries who applied before the 31st of October 2021 will be connected before that switch off. So we still have a few that are not yet connected, so we are here and across other provinces to make sure that those beneficiaries that are not yet connected to digital signaling can be connected so that they can continue to watch their televisions. And those who applied from after the 31st of October, that means from the 1st of November 2021, we will connect them within 3 to 6 months of the switch off date of the 31st of March 2022. And it's important that we do we move to digital television because one, you saw what the spectrum did. We raised 14.4 billion, which translates to $1 billion US. So in any in currency, we are in billions of rands. But that is what is important with what we raised with the spectrum auction is not the amount raised. The amount raised, yes, is good for the fiscus, but what is important is what digital transformation does for our country. It means here in Mthatha, the learners in the schools can then have access to network and they can then do e-learning. We are going, as part of that, we are working with the Department of Basic Education and our entity .ZNA to make sure that all the learners in South Africa has email addresses which they can then do their schoolwork irrespective of whether they're in the classroom or at home. We don't know whether there will be a fifth and the sixth wave of COVID-19 or in some areas in rural areas where there are no bridges, when it rains, these young people are not able to cross rivers to go to school. So if they have emails, the teacher can send the work and they'll do the work from home and resend that back. Or if they have access to digital services, they can learn electronically. But also the release of spectrum allows the deployment of 5G networks and driving connectivity, bridging the digital gap. We are committed that by 2024, all South Africans must have access to internet so that we cannot have digital gaps. It will mean in areas where people do not have connectivity, where they cannot make phone calls. I'm not sure, I know in some of the areas in the Eastern Cape and around the area of Mthatha, King Sabata, Lindlebo municipality, there are people who have to get into a taxi or drive a distance to make a phone call because there's no network connectivity in the area. What it means with this digital migration is that the scarce and rare spectrum will be used to ensure connectivity. It will mean that woman who's pregnant, who has to give birth, can be able to call an ambulance when in the evening instead of going to Umakelwane and look for a baki to take them to a hospital, risking her own life and the life of the child. Then she can get access to government. She can have access to government services. But it will mean that SMME that is doing business here can be able to sell their wares on e-commerce or online, and the post office of course will be there to deliver the parcels on behalf of those small businesses. This is a game changer in how the economy runs. You would check with countries that have gone digital, like in China, they're running a digital economy. You can look at the level of advancement. So South Africa cannot afford to be left behind in this space. We were left behind on the knowledge economy. We didn't derive that benefit. Now we're saying on the digital economy, we are not going to be left behind. By 2030, we want 5G networks to have penetrated the country because 5G technologies allows us, in the Eastern Cape, you are the home of the rock drillers in the mines, and they continue to perish when there are mine disasters. We're saying we don't want to send rock drillers underground. We want rock drillers to manipulate or run robotics to drill underground, and we can still use mining as part of our rare resources, but also create other industries from that, manufacturing digital devices in our country. Those part of the benefits that come through. And for a young person, in Gqeberha, either you do business, you have e-learning, you've got e-health that you can access government services. But if you're an SMME, it means you can be able to sell your business online. You can be able to apply for funding online. You can also expose your business opportunities to international venture capitalists who will then invest in your business. But also part of this digital migration, we're introducing additional TV stations. We have committed to introduce over the next 3 years 102 TV stations, which will allow community media. So I'm looking looking forward to Mthatha Community TV. We are looking forward to also a commercial TV station here, which we are working, and we are going to push the SABC to be the integrator of that, so that community medias can thrive. It will mean some of you who are in the broadcast and industry and media industry, you can create your own broadcasting houses, you can run your own news channels on those platforms with access. And we are going to amend the Act, as I indicated during the SONA debate, to make sure that access to those opportunities are not reserved for those who are rich, but they can be available to and be accessible to the young people of this country and women who have previously been excluded, in particular rural youth and rural women.
Okay,
thank you.
Where is your next visit from here?
My next visit is in the Buffalo City municipality. I think I'm going to King Williamstown tomorrow, and I can't pronounce the click languages in King Williamstown. And I'll be in the Buffalo City, but we are also on Thursday and Friday we are in KwaZulu-Natal. Last week, Thursday and Friday, we were in the Western Cape, in Mitchell's Plain and Philippi and Delft. And we are going to, I think our last round will be to just check up on what has happened in Limpopo, in the Free State and in Mpumalanga, there, to make sure that everybody is happy before the switch off.
Okay. Is there other people that you are working with to make sure that you don't just come and deliver, but there's installation, like people, the beneficiaries get the full package of what you are delivering to them?
So we are working, of course there are service providers, the installers, who are part of the emerging industries we hope to support with the new technologies that are advancing. We are working with them. We are working with all the agencies of the department, Centec, USASA, the SABC, to make sure that we have this connectivity and the department. But what is important is that we are one government, so we are working with the local municipalities, the councillors, the mayor and the speaker. They are also, the mayor and the speaker are with me, because as part of the district-based development model, the whole of government, they are the ones who are going to, is the ward councillors and the ward committees, that they're going to receive complaints from members of the communities who are saying we don't have access to television. So the partnership with the local municipalities is important for us and the provincial government, because they are at the coalface of this delivery. They are the most accessible to our people without a phone call. The ward councillor is in the local community, the ward committee is in the local community. So in case of problems, or if you have not applied and you want to know where to apply, you apply at the post office, but also you apply online at stbp registrations.gov.za. But you can go to your local councillor and the local ward committee. They will be able to assist you with application, because the fact that we are switching digital, if you have not applied, doesn't mean you cannot apply. The 3 to 6 months period we have left for ourselves is to do the cleanup of those, what we call in English doubting Thomases, that they can come in late and then we'll be able to service them, because our commitment is that as we bridge the digital divide, we're not leaving anyone behind. Thank you.